You can call it a day, and I'll sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Which do you prefer? All right. Have you had time to internalize that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because I will tell you, the state will tell you, I've sent 20-year-olds to prison before.
And Judge, I know you're
Yes, the MRT and the ILB.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 2570B, State versus Joshua Jacob Cannon. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Mark Litt for defense, Judge.
And are you Joshua Jacob Cannon?
Sure.
All right, so here's the thing. You got to save the tears because we're here on a motion to revoke. Because the state is alleging that there are some actions that you did that were a violation of your conditions. Do you understand? All right. So are you the same Joshua Jacob Cannon who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 2570B for the offense of aggravated robbery on June 12, 2023 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. And we're proceeding with number 2. That is the second to last number 2.
Okay.
There's a violation of condition number 2 on or about the 16th day of August 2024. Bear County, Texas, the defendant Joshua Jacob Cannon, the millionaire, commits to the illegal use of controlled substance, namely marijuana, violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Waiver of any violation.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you to life in prison?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you have some sort of an agreement that you've worked out with the state, I don't have to follow that. Once you've pled true, I can sentence you to life in prison. Do you understand that?
I understand.
Knowing that, you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes.
Court is finding violation of condition number 2 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. It is denied a motion to adjudicate, continue the individual on the deferred with the amendments to add MRT course and intensive outpatient treatment.
All right. Is that the proposed agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Let me ask you something. Do you want to go to prison?
No, ma'am.
Then why are you doing this? Decisions that you have to make. And on the one hand, your decision is, do I want to do this? If I do this and I'm caught, I can look at life in prison. And then what ends up happening is your attorney has and this is where I've been a defense attorney before. This is where the attorneys are throwing themselves on the mercy of the court saying, please let this judge follow our agreement, even though I don't have to do it. So when you're making decisions and knowing you could go to prison and you're still choosing to do this nonsense.
I've been going to NA meetings. I've been going there for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying.
Well, but see, here's the thing. You've been on probation since 2023 and you only have two weeks. What have you been doing with your life? Do you have employment?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work for Country Waste Solutions. I've worked some C hours every week.
Mm-hmm. But you find time to do this. So, I mean, I will tell you, and your attorney will tell you, and Mr. Garham will tell you. How old are you?
20.
You're 20. Do you know how many 20-year-olds are at the prison? A lot. And if you don't want to get your life in order, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to be at the prison. I will still remember you because I remember all the people who come through here. But you know what everybody's going to say? Oh, well. And this is what I can tell you about the government. The government may not have money to build state hospitals, but they will always find money for the prisons. And whether or not there's supposed to be 5 people in the cell or 2 people in the cell, they will put 5 people in that cell. They will put 6 people in that cell because they're not going to let you just be out here and say, oh, well, you know, it's overcrowded, so we don't have another jail, so we'll just let him be out here. That's not the way it works. And he can tell you that's not the way it works. And if you're drug tested today, are you going to be positive? You need to tell the truth and shame the devil. What are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know people say marijuana is not a big thing, but when you're on probation, guess what? And your attorney will tell you this. You're not even allowed to drink alcohol in your house. You're not even allowed to smoke marijuana in your house. If you do, you know what that's telling me? You want to go to prison. So I'm going to give you a decision. And what I can tell you is, you know yourself.
As the hearing progresses, the atmosphere in the courtroom becomes increasingly intense, with the judge shifting from a procedural tone to a deeply personal and impactful address. Looking directly at Joshua, the judge underscores that this moment is not just about a single violation, but about a pattern of choices that could define the rest of his life. He speaks candidly about how easily one wrong decision can spiral into years behind bars, stressing that the justice system often prioritizes punishment over rehabilitation once opportunities are exhausted. His words carry a sense of urgency, as he challenges Joshua to take full responsibility not just by admitting the violation, but by proving through his actions that he is capable of real change. The judge doesn't hold back, reminding him that probation is a privilege, not a right, and that every condition attached to it is a chance to avoid prison. He paints a stark picture of the consequences, emphasizing that failure to comply moving forward won't be met with the same level of patience or leniency. At the same time, there's a subtle undertone of hope in his message as he outlines a structured path toward redemption, one that demands discipline, commitment, and consistency. The courtroom falls silent as Joshua is forced to confront the reality of his situation, making it clear that this is a defining crossroads where his next steps will determine whether he rebuilds his future or loses it entirely.
Better than your attorney does, better than I do, better than probation, better than the state does. So I want you to look deep inside yourself and discover and realize whether or not you can complete this probation or not, because you signed up for probation to be on probation for 10 years. So that's 2033. If you cannot complete this probation and you know you cannot complete this probation, just let us know. I will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Otherwise, I will follow this agreement that you've reached. They're going to give you UAs and they're going to test for levels. If those levels go up, that signifies that you're using, and a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and we're going to be right back here. So those are your only two choices. I'll give you the MRT, the intensive outpatient treatment. I'm going to make you do NA meetings, and they're going to test for levels, or you can call it a day, and I'll sentence you to 5 years in the prison. Which do you prefer?
TR meetings.
All right. Have you had a time to internalize that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Because I will tell you, the state will tell you, I've sent 20-year-olds to prison before.
And Judge, I know he's very emotional right now, but when I've talked with him, he has conveyed he needs help. I mean, he has been self-medicating. He got in a real bad accident about 1.5 years ago, jacked up his hip. No excuse, but he needs help to figure out not doing that. I mean, he takes full responsibility, Judge.
All right, probation. I'll deny the and I'm sorry, probation. Are you recommending this as well?
Yes, Judge.
All right, the court will deny the motion, alternating conditions to include the MRT, IOP, and I'm going to want UAs, test him for levels, and he's going to do sober support meetings, 30 and 30 days, and your levels should start going down. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
Judge Austin, do you want to those ways?
How often are you, because it's marijuana in his system?
Every 2 weeks.
All right, so there's going to be UA every 2 weeks until he presents with a negative UA. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Everything that you do from here on out, I'm going to help you with your decision making. If your actions could result in you being revoked and going to prison, you shouldn't do it. If your actions are like, maybe this is something I can get revoked for, maybe not, you shouldn't do it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because otherwise, you're going to be at the prison, and either you are, first, a motion to revoke will be filed. Either you're going to make bond or you're not. If you don't make bond, we'll bring you over dressed in orange. We'll hear it, and either you're going to get revoked or not, and either you'll end up in prison or not. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
As the hearing draws to a close, the judge delivers a final, deeply impactful message that resonates throughout the courtroom. His tone remains firm, but there is a clear sense of finality in his words. This is not just another warning, but a decisive moment that will shape Joshua's future. He emphasizes that the court has chosen to give him one last opportunity, not because his actions were minor, but because there is still a belief that he can change if he truly commits to it. However, that belief comes with strict expectations. The judge makes it unmistakably clear that any future violation, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, will result in immediate consequences, including a lengthy prison sentence, and there will be no more negotiations, no more leniency, and no more second chances. He urges Joshua to fully understand the gravity of the situation, reminding him that every decision he makes from this point forward, who he spends time with, where he goes, and how seriously he follows his treatment plan, will directly determine whether he remains free or loses years of his life behind bars. The judge stresses that success on probation is not accidental, it requires discipline, consistency, and a complete change in mindset. He challenges Joshua to prove, not just to the court but to himself, that he is capable of breaking away from destructive habits and building a stable, law-abiding future. As the session ends, the courtroom is left in a heavy silence, reflecting the weight of the moment. Joshua walks away with a renewed chance, but also with the full burden of responsibility placed squarely on his shoulders. The judge's final words serve as both a warning and a test. This is the last opportunity to turn things around, and the path he chooses next will ultimately decide whether this moment becomes the start of redemption or the beginning of a much harsher consequence.